Well, here's a bunch of grants I recently ran into. And I don't know if you could use them personally or not, but it shows you how many grants are out there nowadays, because of the virus going on. This is grants for sex workers. In other words, people whose business, their sex business, is going downhill because of the coronavirus. Yep. And this is an article I read about how cities and local organizations are having grants. Like Las Vegas has a sex worker COVID-19 emergency relief fund. Or here's one. New York City has a emergency relief COVID fund for sex workers in New York, Austin, Texas, Detroit, Seattle, San Francisco Bay Area. I mean, all these things. Here's one for Philadelphia, right? And they're usually, extra money to live on. They have a $50,000 that they're giving out, and I think it's like $2,000 a piece. You could get, it's sort of a virus relief, like the IRS sent you. But this is just for sex, right? Here's one for Seattle, a mini grant, a mini sex worker grant. I guess you have to be a short person or something. No, tacky joke. Well, here's one in California. Actually, in Northern California, they have a sex worker grant. But look at all the grants they do have here: grants for creative artists, grants for area artists, San Francisco artists, safety net grants, creator fund, Bay Area artists, performing art worker relief fund, actors relief fund, community response fund, queer nightlife fund. Musicians Foundation grant, Music Cares Emergency Financial Assistance, Blues Foundation fund, emergency grants here, artist safety nets for authors, for writers, sex worker ER grant fund, mutual aid fund for LGBTQI. So all these things that are out there that the average person we don't know about. Here's a resource for sex worker grants all over. Now, this is a single source. So this is called the redumbrellafund.org. And what they did is put together a web page. And I like people who accumulate things because it's so hard to find anything. So you have somebody like the Umbrella Fund, they know about this stuff. So they're gathering all in one place. Here's emergency funds. So this is a list of emergency funds. And with maps and stuff like that, mutual aid groups. Okay, here's another list and a map of mutual aid funds can be found on this website. Okay, and this is all free stuff they're talking about. Emergency funds by geographical area. See, and that's why this is so helpful. Things like this. That's why I want to make sure that you look for things like this. People already accumulated stuff. You go into the Google, all you're going to do is get people who are going to sell you stuff because that's where you don't know what to get and you won't know about these other things. And so you get people that are going to sell you stuff. And that's what's well, here's another thing for grants. GoFundMe, that's one of the crowdfunding sites. Look at how many crowdfunding programs there are for sex workers. 906 crowdfunding campaigns for sex work. People who are crowdfunding to raise money to give out as grants to individual sex workers all over. So that's why you want to start a foundation, you want to help people or whatever. Look at how they're doing. This one played $86,000. Here's another $150,000. They raised $10,000. This raised $37,000. See, and these are all opportunities, that you can participate in. It takes effort. You don't just put up a website and people throw you money, but there's ways to do it. And that's why you get something, that's a little clever so that people will write it up. Other people tell you. I mean, the media is always looking for good stories or blogs or writers on the internet. So to pass it along, I mean, viral doesn't happen itself. Viral happens with you contacting other websites and say, hey, look at this. Look at what I'm trying to do. Can you help me do this? I want to raise money for or bovines or cows that have sex. I don't understand that. Don't worry. And, people will find it interesting and want to tell other people, look at all the junk we all see every day. It might as well be your junk or my junk than somebody else's junk. And that's just putting in the work to do it. Yeah. So if there's grants and everything like this for sex workers whose business is down, then for your restaurant or your website or whatever is down, start searching for those for you too.